Hello and welcome to another episode of Sus Faction.
Today is part 2 of our journey into Salem. I'm Kyle,
And I'm Isella,
and
and we're
we're your
your
hosts.
hosts.
So, what I would just want to do real quick is recap where we're at. So Salem, it's a historical city in Essex County, Massachusetts, located on the north shore of the Greater Boston area. It was one of the most significant seaport trading commodities in early American history and is best known for the witch trials of 1692. And
Okay. Some of the pictures that I had posted this week, I made more posts than usual just because I had a lot to share. So you'll notice there's a picture that looks like a fountain and it's got a bunch of separate bricks and pieces. That is to demonstrate, it's like a map actually of what Salem used to look like before all like the waterways had started to dry up and the land became one. So there's that fun piece. I also posted a picture of the town hall that has been there since before the witch trials, and the location of the first church of Salem. So to kind of just jump back in really quick, in October, the month right after all of the hangings and executions, in October of 1692, public opinion began to turn against the trials. By November, Governor Phipps prohibited further arrests and trials, and a new court was formed that would not allow spectral evidence. And for those who may not know what spectral evidence is, or we can talk about a little bit what those trials may have looked like. Did you want to? No. A lot of times it was the girls seeing something no one else could see, and they were saying that the witch was using their specter. So spectral evidence refers to those like phantom forms, I guess, that they
okay,
would
I was gonna
assume.
say, don't look at me. I've never heard of spectral evidence.
Oh, it was like phantom things that were being done to them in the court. Oh, she's twisting my hair. Oh, she's poking me.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
and they're like the poor accused were just in shock and confused as to what was actually going on.
yeah.
So spectral evidence was no longer allowed by November of 1692. Then that January of 1693, Governor Phipps reprieved the 56 people that were still waiting execution and eventually released everyone who was still in jail. By May, the witch trials officially ended. Some of the aftermath: about 10 years later, in 1702, the Massachusetts General Court declared the trials had been unlawful. They admitted that the convictions and proceedings were invalid. In 1711, the colonial legislature passed a bill reversing the convictions of those found guilty and compensating their families.
Whoop whoop.
The colonial government authorized the sum of £6 to be distributed among the 22 heirs and surviving victims as compensation for their suffering. Now, I don't know that I was thinking, why is it in pounds? Like, I was like, why is it in pounds? And I was trying to convert it. I was trying to figure out how much would that be today in dollars, though, not pounds, because we don't use pounds. So this
Right.
happened in 1711. The United States wasn't a country until 1776, so we didn't have the dollar. They were still running on pounds in the colonies.
Right.
So today, that sum would be in dollars $63,000.
Oh.
So the legislation
Still,
of
I mean, it's not a lot of money, but it's still like a lot of money. Like,
yeah, it
for
doesn't
that
sound
time.
like a lot, like 600 pounds. You're like, really? But no, if you back then, money had more
Right.
worth than it does now.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
That's
63,000
crazy.
today. I don't know. I'm always interested to see like
Oh yeah.
what it would be. The legislation in 1711 was a significant step in acknowledging the injustice of the trials and marked a formal, though incomplete, reversal of the hysteria that had gripped the colony nearly 2 decades earlier. Not all victims were included in the 1711 bill, and their families had to continue petitioning for years to clear their names. The final exonerations for all remaining victims would not occur until 2001 and 2022. The General Court of Massachusetts issued a statement in 1957 formally apologizing for the Salem Witch Trials. The apology declared that the proceedings were shocking and resulted from, quote, a wave of popular hysterical fear of the devil, unquote. The Gallows Hill Memorial, also known as the Proctor's Ledge Memorial, was established in 2017 after historians confirmed Proctor's Ledge on Gallows Hill as the correct execution site in 2016. A team of researchers definitively identified Proctor's Ledge as the site of the 1692 executions after years of debate, and in 2017, the memorial site was officially dedicated. I posted pictures of that Proctor's Ledge Memorial this week. Last week, I had posted pictures of the separate memorial for the Salem Witch Trials that's downtown, and that one was dedicated in 1992.
I have just a little snippet from the Salem Ghosts website about Proctor's Ledge. It obviously tells you what Proctor's Ledge is the confirmed site of the witch trial executions where many innocent people were hanged. The site is identified through historical research and is now marked by memorial. It is believed to be haunted by the spirits of those who were executed, who suffered unjustly. Visitors describe a wavy, sorrowful energy, glowing orbs, and mysterious lights after dark. Some have heard faint cries or whispers or footsteps in the wind. The spirits of Proctor's Ledge are said to seek peace and acknowledgement for their suffering. The site remains a place of remembrance, sorrow, and reflection. Many who visit feel a deep connection to Salem and its tragic past. So,
yeah, so we did go there. We went during the day, and it just felt really heavy. It felt really sad and heavy, and there were little gifts and little notes left for all of the people that were there. The spaces were marked with little dolls that people had made, or just like pieces of nature, like leaves and sticks and other things.
That's really sweet.
That had been left. Yeah, it had been left for those people in remembrance of them. We didn't go at night because we went on the way home. Like, we were on our way out, and we had learned that that memorial was behind a Walgreens, and we had to find it.
Oh, right. No, yeah.
So we didn't get to go during the evening and experience any of the haunting atmosphere, but it did feel heavy. It just felt really sad.
Yeah.
Okay. In 2022, I had mentioned a little bit earlier that 2022 was finally the last person had gotten cleared, right? So It was Elizabeth Johnson Jr. She was the last person to have her conviction overturned, and was officially exonerated. The final push for exoneration began in 2021 when an 8th grade civics class at North Andover Middle School learned that she had been left off of the previous bills. In 1711, colonial lawmakers, they reversed the convictions of many people, but Johnson's name was omitted. Later, she petitioned to have her name, when she was still alive, she petitioned to have her name added, but the request was denied.
Aww.
And subsequent legislative attempts to clear names in 1957 and 2001 also failed to include her. Now, the reason they're thinking she was not included is for 2 reasons. She shared a name with her mother. Her mother was Elizabeth Johnson Sr. She was Elizabeth Johnson Jr. And her mom was cleared, exonerated, but she wasn't. And so they think there was an administrative error there because the same name.
Yeah.
The other reason is that she had no children to carry on her name.
Okay.
So no one to carry on her fight to clear her name.
Yeah.
So it was, they think that was the primary reason why her exoneration was delayed for so long. The students, along with their teacher, launched a campaign to clear her name by drafting legislation, writing letters to lawmakers, and raising public awareness. The students' efforts led to State Senator Diana DiZoglio sponsoring an amendment to clear Johnson's name, and on May 26th, 2022, 329 years after the Salem Witch Trials, her conviction was she was finally exonerated. So that amendment passed. 329
That
years.
is insane.
She wasn't alive anymore.
The whole fact of you're saying like she didn't have family to carry on the fight, like that's a big deal. Like to have people to carry on fights for different injustices to make sure that there's like, for instance, if we ever did a true crime story about somebody, I'd want it to be something that no one's really talking about because it's the story, because a lot of stories like that get lost and because they don't have anybody to talk for them.
Right. Yeah. Those cold cases, they just get kind of forgotten unless there's a family member out there fighting.
Exactly.
Just fighting tooth and nail to find whoever did that. Like,
yeah. I think that's crazy that just because she didn't have family to fight for her to get her name exonerated or whatever, like it took over 300 years.
Yeah. 300 years. Yes. So now, because it is spooky season, we're going to share a couple of spooky stories from the Salem area.
Yeah.
If you want to go ahead.
Okay, well, mine is what I'm going to talk about is just like spooky places or a spooky place. One of them is the Witch House, which Estella has taken pictures of this place and has pictures on our Instagram of it. But the Witch House was the home of Judge Jonathan Corwin, who presided over many of the witch trials. He was a key figure in the court that condemned many to death. His stern, shadowy figure is said to appear in the house's windows or stand silently in corners. Visitors report hearing faint voices or footsteps or feeling an oppressive presence in the house. Some believe Corwin's spirit is burdened by guilt for his role in the trials. The witch house atmosphere is a constant reminder of the tragic events that unfold here. The house is now a museum, but its haunted reputation persists. Many visitors leave the house with a sense of unease, sorrow, or sorrow after touring its rooms.
So when we went, we didn't get to go inside, but like you said, I took plenty of pictures outside. I also recorded a little bit, and I saw or felt someone looking out from one of the windows. Like, I don't know if I
saw that
felt
picture.
it. You saw that picture? Yeah, I saw something. I don't know what. It looked just like a dark figure, but I felt like they were watching us. Like they were looking at the tourists.
I think the house is just beautiful. I think the plain black paneling siding is really cool, and it's really like minimalist, but gives off like the perfect spooky vibe.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I love it.
Big and dark and spooky. One of the places that I had taken pictures of and posted, I even posted a little blurb about it, was the original site of the church, the first church of Salem. And I had posted a little bit about a lady in blue ghost story connected to that. So the restaurant that's underneath all of that, there's a restaurant there. It's called Rockefeller's. There was actually a lot of mob activity in the area also.
Oh, go figure.
So there was a woman that is seen in a blue dress, and she's been seen in the storage areas and the underground tunnels that they had used for smuggling. They've seen her there as well. She was supposedly murdered in the alley behind the church when it was still a church there, and she's been associated with paranormal activity at the restaurant. Let's see. There's one story that they have seen her appear in a computer screen. I'm guessing someone was working on the computer and they may have seen a reflection in the computer screen, and then the computer like didn't want to work. It malfunctioned and crashed after her image appeared
Oh my gosh.
in there. There's other things like unexplained noises and mysterious malfunctions. But yeah, she is referred to as the Lady in Blue. They say her name was Sarah. So
That's interesting. Well, hello, Sarah. Huh. Okay. Well, I have the next. We have a lot of ladies.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so Susan Ingersoll is called the Lady of the House of the Seven Gables. All right, the gentle spirit of Susan Ingersoll, a relative of Nathaniel Hawthorne, haunts the house of Seven Gables. She lived in the house for many years and loved it deeply. Susan is often seen in the upper rooms and attic, dressed in period attire and moving quietly. Locals and staff have noted footsteps, whispers, or doors that opened and closed by themselves. Her presence is often accompanied by sudden chill or touch of fear and the feeling of being watched. Susan's spirit is said to linger, if only to watch over her beloved house from its creator's corner. Hold on, sorry, I'm reading something and I messed me up. In the house she left. Um, some think that she is either there to comfort guests or ward off harassment from visitors who may want to harm the home. Her ghost adds a little storied history and welcome warmth to the place that history books have dubbed haunted. Now, I think this one is cute just because it's like a sweet haunting in a
Yeah.
place where there's a lot of like negative energy.
Oh, definitely.
But no, that sorry, I got confused for a second because it says in parentheses, if only to watch over her beloved house from its creator's corner in the house she loved. So it kind of the wording messed me up there for a second. But anyways, what it's saying is that she is just there to watch over the house and make sure that anyone that visits or whatever it is respectful of her home.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to. I mean, I know that's one of the House of Seven Gables is like a really big tourist part, a touristy place.
It is. We didn't get to go. Our trip was very short, so we hit the big things.
Right.
That's why we decided to do one of the tours so that we could see more in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Let's see. There's one more story that they had told us when we were on the tour, and it was of the town hall. I posted a picture of the town hall. You may recognize the town hall if you've ever seen the movie Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
The town hall was used for the party in the town party that they were having during the movie. But even though nothing incredibly negative happened there were a few fires, but there were no actual deaths in the building. There is a heaviness there. A lot of people do experience some sort of feeling or heaviness, and that's because on the top floor, that's where the proceedings happened. That's where the accusations took place. So there's a lot of negative emotion tied to the building for sure.
Yeah.
Even though there were no deaths there.
Oh yeah, definitely that residual energy could leave it. Definitely. I mean, it definitely ties it in with everything else. I mean, it's like the whole town itself or whatever is kind of all linked to all that energy. Like all that energy is linked.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So, like I can see it, like the residual energy being really heavy there.
Yeah, I definitely recommend a trip, even if it's just to do the touristy things and go on a tour and check out all the shops. That in itself, you're going to get a feeling there. We went to a couple of restaurants that were really delicious. You know, if you're just going to go and have like a vacation, but it's still like on your checklist, even if it's just to see one thing, like, I say go.
Oh, for
Definitely
sure.
go.
Yeah, I want to go someday. I'll make it there eventually. I had 2 trips or 2 opportunities and I couldn't make either one of them, and that makes me really sad, but I will eventually. But uh one my last note on Salem is that today Salem pays tribute to its history by tourism and witch themed stores and boutiques and a whole bunch of like witch themed and anything like witch themed like broom making, potion making. They have cafes that are like um witch themed. Like
Mm.
that's just got all they have it all.
Yeah, they have
So
a store there where you can make your own grimoire.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. They also pay tribute a lot to it being a port city and oceans, and they even
Yes.
have a pirate tour. That I was like, oh, I love pirates. What? But we weren't there for that, so we didn't get to do it. But I like pirates, and I may cover like how Kyle was saying something about true crime cases. I may cover a pirate or two later in maybe in the summer because it seems like
Yeah, a
cruising
pirate's life is
season.
the life for me.
But no, I do. I love pirates, and there are a few true crime cases that involve pirates that we
Yeah,
could cover. Mm-hmm.
that could be cool. That could be really cool. All right. Well, I am I'm good.
Yeah, I don't have anything left either.
All right.
If I had stayed longer, maybe I'd have more stories.
Right. Well, I guess again, thank you for listening. Uh be sure to come back for another episode.
We post every week on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, trust no one and
Question
question everything.
everything. And also, if you want to reach us and send us emails, for like, say you want us to tell you a creepy, weird story that you have of your own, you can reach us at susfactionpod@outlook.com. Again, if you want to send us an email of your own stories for us to read, our email is susfactionpod@outlook.com. And we also have an Instagram.
Yeah, our Instagram is at susfactionpod on Instagram. I post a teaser every Monday night about what that week's episode will be. Another thing, if you wanted to email us any story suggestions, say there's something you're curious about, but you haven't had the time to research it. If it's something we may have an upcoming show come on, then we'll just mention you as a like suggester, a commenter. But if it's something that we hadn't thought of, we will definitely give you credit for the suggestion. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much.